Deadpool is directed by Tim Miller and it stars Ryan Reynolds, Morena Baccarin, TJ Miller and Gina Carano. Now usually February is just that dead period for movies, nothing good comes out, but like the summer season for movies just keeps getting pushed back monthly, and we have a superhero movie in February and it's fucking awesome. I mean, it's Deadpool. He is my favorite comic book character of all time, and when I heard they were doing this movie, I was at first really excited and then extremely skeptical, because they do have this habit of taking characters like this who belong in that R-rated realm and just taking them back down to that terrible PG-13, no blood, no swearing, none of the fun stuff that makes Deadpool so goddamn awesome. But thankfully it was announced this movie was going to be rated R, and oh my god, did they take advantage of that rating. There's blood, there's swearing, there's nudity, there's just everything that makes Deadpool the awesome character that he is, and they did such a good service to the Deadpool character in this movie. So let's talk about the movie itself. The story kicks off with Ryan Reynolds' character. He got cancer, a lot of cancer. And to be fixed, he has to go into this program where they reckon they can fix his cancer by bringing out his dormant mutant powers. And it worked, but it left him horribly disfigured. And when he tries to get revenge on the guys that did this to him, they kidnap his girlfriend, so now Deadpool is on the hunt for these guys, kill those guys for stealing his girlfriend, and get his girlfriend back. And honestly, that's a pretty simple premise for a movie. It's a good old revenge flick, but who doesn't like a good revenge flick? But as this is Deadpool, let's talk about some of the things that make this a very, very unique kind of revenge movie. Okay, first of all, the humor in this is just on point the entire time. It is funny. They are just throwing gags at you left, right, and center, just constantly throwing jokes at you, and for the majority of it, they hit and they are hilarious. There's plenty of sight gags, there's plenty of one-liners, there's plenty of good banter back and forth between characters. It is fantastic. The humor is great. That's one of the things I really wanted this movie to nail about the Deadpool character, the fact that he is the merc with the mouth, just don't sew his mouth shut. And a lot of it is very, very self-referential to not just the comic book genre in general, but characters that Ryan Reynolds has played in the past as well. Now let's talk about some of that action. Oh my god, the action in this is fantastic. There's none of this shaky cam bullshit. It is just beautiful, clean shots of all this cool stuff going on. Deadpool's doing flips and stuff and just taking guys' heads off. It's brilliant. Now for Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds is he is Deadpool. It's as simple as that. He just embodies his character so perfectly. He was so invested in wanting to make this movie work and just getting his portrayal of Wade Wilson in the Wolverine movie just out of our minds as far as possible from our minds, because this is what Deadpool is supposed to be. Even under that red suit, you can tell it was Ryan Reynolds the entire time, and you can tell that this guy is having an absolute ball, and that comes across really well in his interactions with other characters and his interactions with us, the audience, because there is a few fourth wall breaks in this movie. That is what sort of defines the Deadpool character. He's someone who is self-aware of the fact that he exists in this universe. Morena Baccarin as Deadpool's girlfriend, she's not the typical damsel in distress. She is as tough as nails, and she was fantastic in this role as well. And of course, TJ Miller is TJ Miller. I love that dude. He is hilarious. He's great. He's got some really good one-liners with Ryan Reynolds. As much as Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, TJ Miller just perfectly suits his character. But one of the real standouts that I did not see coming was Colossus. He was fantastic. He was funny. He was sort of the movie's moral center, which was kind of really cool. He's just like that sort of Captain America, just like very straight shooter, wants everyone to be a good guy, and some of his one-liners and his interaction with Deadpool were just very, very reminiscent of like Star Cap, but more R-rated. Definitely more R-rated. Now I did have one itty-bitty tiny little issue with the film. Just a couple of times the special effects weren't that great. I'm guessing that's because the budget on this movie wasn't as high as many other comic book movies are, and we're sort of expecting that really sort of awesome, you know, really good special effects. But this time around, it felt a little bit cheaper, but it doesn't matter. Just a couple of times, I'm just like, oh, yeah, that was fully CG, whatever. But yeah, this movie, it's just fantastic. I loved it. I thought it was great. They did perfect justice to the Deadpool character on screen, and, you know, fingers crossed for that sequel. So, with all that being said, I'm giving Deadpool 4.5 out of 5 head pulls. So, have you seen Deadpool? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Click right here for all your movie needs. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.